And with health care, the shutdown standoff, CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more on
Here's Johnny. Thank you, Ed. Well, hello there, social media family. Being any subscribers and our visitors alike who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own particular YouTube social media channel, and likewise chat room comment section. How are you all doing? And for that matter, how are any of your loved ones being among persons of themselves? And like say, from relatives or family members, and or likewise friends for your many different immediate personal households. Hopefully all's well that ends well. For you and yours, and for me and mine. And moving right along. And whereas the present social media broadcast, as we have it, of video content, is regarding making reference to how I myself, being my person, feel, and as I consider matters from my own personal views and or opinions, yes, as I sincerely feel or believe that both the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago, Illinois, USA, should be arrested for not properly ordering the National Guard or the Illinois State Police and the Chicago Police to properly protect any ICE agents, any international customs enforcement agents at some or such a given moment in time against any protesters who are not conducting themselves accordingly within the proper context of what would be considered as legal protests. And not only that, but also I myself personally think that both the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago, Illinois, USA, should be arrested as well for how they have played a hand in obstructing any ICE agents, international customs enforcement agents, from properly performing their duties to arrest any fugitives of the law, being of any illegal migrants or aka undocumented workers, and being of the likes who are, if I am not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, are mainly or mostly of the Venezuelans, the rank and file of the criminal elements of society, being among those of whom would be of the much more familiar usual suspects and are public enemy number ones, as they would blend in as being the criminal riffraff in their own right, and who had collected for the last 4 calendar years, thanks to former ex-president not so sleepy Joe Biden, regardless of whether or not there is any factual excuse me, Prince Peace continue to regulate my mind compared to how Prince Rockman's regardless of whether or not there is any factual merit of evidence to the accusation or allegation that he himself has stolen one of the last political elections. Nevertheless, former ex-president Joe Biden had permitted the Venezuelans, who make up mainly most of the illegal migrants or undocumented workers to collect for the last 4 years, and up under his former political government administration or presidency, and upon an annual monthly basis, whereas each Venezuelan for the last 4 years in that same line of thought was collecting from $20,000 in food stamps per individual person of a Venezuelan upon an annual monthly basis for the last 4 years, and likewise $5,000 of cash benefits upon an annual monthly basis per individual person of a Venezuelan for the last 4 years up under the former ex-Joe Biden political government administration or presidency. And whereas some such of them could possibly be moonlighting as the likes of protesters who are protesting illegally against any ICE agents, international customs enforcement agents. And whereas both the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago, I suspect, are aiding and abetting these fugitives of the law. Among the likes of them and whosoever other foreigners who have entered our country, our nation, our democratic republic, democracy of the God blessed USA, United States of America, without going through the proper policies and or procedures or protocol, not even so much as legally applying for U.S. citizenship, not to mention how they have not legally applied to enter our great nation as we have it, being one of the greatest nations upon the face of planet Earth. It's not the greatest one yet. In the Democratic Republic of Democracy of the USA, United States of America, the God bless it, USA, United States of America. And whereas here it is that the likes, as we have it, of certain politicians being the Dixiecrats. You know, the Democratic political party is the, the one that is supported by the triple K and the double N. You know, the triple K, KKK, Ku Klux Klan, Invisible Empire, and the double N, the neo-Nazi Aryan Nation. As here we have it that certain politicians of the Dixiecrat political party are aiding and abetting these fugitives of the law, of illegal migrants or undocumented workers, foreign aliens from outer space, otherwise across the borders. And I'm not talking about the ETs, extraterrestrials, otherwise, regardless of whether or not there are any, moon Martians who have transformed themselves into humans. I'm just saying, as a matter of figure speech, and for the sake of argument, for the last mention. Whereas the only aliens that I believe that there are, although I am into, or I'm quite a fan of UFO and aliens from outer space movies and television shows. But whereas I believe that the only aliens from outer space are of angels and demons who have taken on human form. Speak upon those matters. Not that I'm wagging the dog as in changing the subject. But getting back to the original subject matter, a topic of discussion to be debated, being as it is of the given argument, and with the many different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and or representing some such thereof, for that some such a given moment in time, and do regard in reference to our own democratic political democracy. Yes, I sincerely think that both the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago should be arrested up under orders of our beloved Fuehrer for all races of people's persons. The word Fuehrer, when translated from the European German language, does not necessarily have to be affiliated or associated with and representing a despot or dictator with a rip-off Charlie Chaplin mustache attempting to conquer the civilized world of the democratic party of democracies otherwise with one's fascist Gestapo secret police or mercenary soldiers of fortune guerrilla military, but rather instead it only means whenever it is translated to be defined as leader, and translated into other languages from his own as a foreign language. No, it does not have to mean, does not necessarily have to mean a dictator with a Charlie Chaplin rip-off mustache being the fastest leader of a third world country attempting to conquer the rest of the world, being of the civilized world, with one's own secret police and barbarian soldiers of fortune military. No, it does not necessarily mean that. And do that. Excuse me, in reference to the word for, and whereas I think that our Fuehrer for all races of people's persons, being of none other than our beloved President Donald J. Trump, being the newly re-elected president of the USA, was former ex-president of the USA, who is now once again president of the USA, should have both the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago, Illinois, USA, arrested at some or such a given moment in time, effective immediately, like ASAP, by any other law enforcement officials and military personnel for that matter. If both of the two of them, being of the governor of the state of Illinois and the mayor of the city of Chicago, could possibly still play a hand in obstructing any ICE agents, international customs enforcement agents, from the process of performing their official duties to arrest any fugitives of the law, being of any illegal migrants, aka undocumented workers. But unfortunately, some, if not all of them, are arresting athletes who are participant in a sports game, being of which I myself personally did not particularly like. Whereas I would much rather that they would arrest any athletes who are competing against that is any members of the opposing sports team be arrested only after The game is over. Ended. Go ahead and arrest the undocumented workers of illegal migrants being you know, maids as well as janitors. But don't arrest any sports athletes right in the middle of a game. Wait till the game is over with, because I want to see the outcome. You know, don't do that, ICE agents. You know, that's not cool. But what if some of them may attempt to escape, like like members of the family of the Von Traps? Well, that just means you have to be more alert to prevent their escape. But don't arrest them in the middle of a game. Wait till the game is over with. Then arrest them. That's how I look at it, because I want to see the outcome of a game. Not that I'm much into sports nowadays. There's only so few sports I'm still interested in, and one of them is soccer. Man, don't do that during the soccer game. God dog it! Don't do that during the soccer game. Don't you dare! Don't even try! Don't even think it! Not during a soccer game. Hell damn no! God damn it! Oh Lord, forgive me your name in vain. But hell damn no! Son of a bitch! Bastards! Don't do that during a soccer game. Then on this last note of interest, I did say, Lord, forgive me for using your name in vain, did I not? As believing God, being one of the few real or true Protestant Christians, compared to our most churchgoers, whatever religious denominations, are nothing more than a bunch of closet devil worshippers. And the worst is a closet devil worshippers at that. And that's including the prosperity preacher men, dickhead prick sons of bitch bastards among them. Televangelists and our religious radio personalities, the prosperity preacher men who outnumber their female or woman religious rival counterparts, fleecing the flocks themselves, draining bank accounts of the gullible fools who give them their money, being members of their mega churches, supposed so-called religious sanctuaries or religious cults stretching a couple few city or suburban blocks as they steal from the tithe offering trays, and drain the banking accounts of members of and visitors to their mega churches and religious cults to buy just another dime a dozen expensive mansion and luxury software-driven motor vehicles and private helicopters, private jets, private planes, private yachts, and so forth. So much for that conversation dialogue. Anyway, though, on this last note of interest, I would like to say, if you have not gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now, while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what He Himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary, fulfilled biblical prophecy as He permitted Himself to be crucified at the hands of Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superiors, being mainly mostly religious Pharisees and or Sadducees, as He was nailed on the cross of Calvary between two thieves, so that you don't have to go to damn hell, but so that you can or could possibly become a citizen in the kingdom of heaven, if and when you were to make that transition for the great beyond the hereafter of the afterlife. And when you have to stand before the creator of the universe, like anybody else, you all take care, and we're out. Peace.